Ooh, guys, there's something scary in the air tonight. Ooh, oh, the lighting is scary. They're scary. What if Justin Bieber's face appears in that doorway? Yeah, we got some real spooky stories. I got a candle right here off camera. I lit it for the stream. I don't know why I did that because you can't see it. Why do you look better with the lights off? Oh, that is exceptionally spooky, ladies and gentlemen. Story number 1 of 601. Hope you guys are ready. Hope you guys are bundled up. Hope you're under your sheets, or else the boogeyman's gonna come out and grab your feet and it'll be really weird. Yeah, so this is story number 1 by Poopy Dave. Today, when I walked into my economics class, I saw something I dread every time I close my eyes. Someone had brought their new gaming laptop to class. The forklift he used to bring it in was still running idle in the back. I started sweating, and I sat down and gazed over at the 700-pound beast with his laptop. Yeah, give me a minute. Give me a second. Okay, let me give a... He had already reinforced his desk with steel support beams and was in the process of finding an outlet for a power cable thicker than Amy Schumer's thigh. I start shaking. I keep telling myself I'm going to be alright and there's nothing to worry about. Somehow he finds an outlet. Tears are running down my cheek as I send my last text to my family saying I love them. The teacher starts the lecture and the student turns on his laptop. The color lights on his RGB backlit keyboard flared to life like a nuclear flash, and a deep humming fills my ears and shakes my very soul. The entire city power grid goes dark. The classroom begins to shake as the massive fans begin to spin. In mere seconds, my world has gone from vibrant life to a dark, earth-shattering void, where my body is getting torn apart by the 150-mile-per-hour gale force winds and 500 decibel groan of the cooling fan. As my body finally surrenders, I weep as my school and city go under. I hate gaming laptops. What a terrifying tale that was. Okay, so this next story number 2, is by one Ballfart Nation. I love to play in the snow, but so did the meatworm. I love this ketchup, I said to the hot dog vendor. He smiled and said, "That's not ketchup." I learned Morse code yesterday. These are like several stories, and they're all terrible. I learned Morse code yesterday. Bad idea. All the birds run away at my window. I hate tomatoes with apostrophe S, I thought to myself, as the bus pulled up to the tomato factory. Yeah, no, that's great, man. That's some real scary stories you just told me. Holy crap. So this one's by Snail, and it's a long one. All right, this is Why I Don't Wash My Hands Anymore, a creepypasta. It was the evening of my 23rd birthday. I had just gotten home from a party at the local Chili's that was thrown in my honor. I checked my phone to see if I had any text messages and saw one from my best friend Lorenz. "Dude, that party was fun. Happy birthday, man." I smiled, knowing that he is my friend. Big if true. I was very tired, so I took off my clothes and got in the shower. While I was in the shower, my phone started to ring, so I got out off the shower. I didn't want to put clothes on since I was home alone and not done showering yet, so I answered the phone. All I heard was breathing, so I hung up the phone. I went back to the shower to finish my shower, and I finished showering after washing. You said shower like 3 times in a row. after washing my hair with my lucky pillowcase. What is happening to the dude? This guy's like losing his mind as he's writing this. I put on my home clothes, I'm British, and decided to lay on the couch. I heard my iPhone ring again, so I went to pick it up. After I picked it up, I heard a faint, high-pitched laugh on the other end. That's how it's written. That's literally how it's written. I thought this was creepy, so I called the cops and said the calls were coming from inside my house. Why would you know that? Rattled by this, I took another shower. After this shower, the chilies hit me hard. I had a Borgir with extra hot dog water. It's a British thing. I went to go use the bathroom number 2, and when I sat down, all my lights turned off. Now I was really scared. As I was sitting down, I could smell some kind of weird burger being cooked in my kitchen. I got up after using the bathroom number 2 and went to wash my hands. I do this despite being British. As I'm washing my hands, really real blood comes out of my drain, and this weird yellow substance does too. At first I think it's urine, but as I inspect closer, it's some foreign liquid. Suddenly, all the water and blood gets absorbed into the sink as I'm hearing the same high-pitched laugh. I walk into my kitchen, ready to call the cops when I see it. The creature in my house. He was square and yellow with dozens of holes in his body. Dude, he has 2 grotesque front teeth and a long nose. He was wearing a bloody work outfit and tie, along with some weird employee's hat that had an anchor on it. He looks into my soul, and in his high-pitched, squeaky voice, he loudly proclaims, "I'm ready to kill." I run away into the bathroom to take a shower, to try and hide from the spongy creature. After my shower, I notice the house is quiet, so I wash my hands. Then, as I reach for the faucet, weird spongy arms reach out and pull my hands under the faucet, chopping them off. I scream in pain as the weird spongy substance has caused me to lose both of my hands. I ran away from the house and escaped the spongy creature. Luckily, the doctors were able to sew new hands onto me. So it's like nothing changed. However, despite what the doctors say, I will never wash my hands again. Whenever I think about showering or washing my hands, I hear his laugh and walk away. That was terrifying. Okay, here's one by Flim Jim. This one's really gonna scare your socks off, so I hope you guys are ready. I woke up and checked my phone. I went to Reddit. All my karma was gone. That's what the emoji is. So that was a really scary one, dude. Oh my god, I don't want to read this, but I don't want to read Squealy McBallfart, dude. There's like, we've had 2 of those. We're 5 in and we've had 2 of those already. Man, we really just went straight into a real winner. This one's by KD. 2-sentence horror story. I grabbed my glass of milk and took a sip. That's when I realized it was an evil milk. That's scary, man. That's scary. Let's see here. Okay, this one's just loss. I can't even, I can't read it because it's loss. Okay, this one's gonna suck. This one's gonna be really bad. I don't even know if I'm gonna read it. It's by Mr. D, and it starts with, one night Josh had to poo-poo because he ate too much turkey breast. He swiftly glided towards his bathroom, which is 10 feet tall, and sat down on the toilet. After taking the number 2, he ran and started eating more turkey breast. However, one critical piece was missing from the whole process. He forgot to wash his hands. Feeling very greasy, Josh ran back to the 10-foot bathroom, but there was something suspicious about it. He leered over the sink, trying to find the soft soap, but alas, the hour was nigh, and it was too late for washing hands. Josh already spreading his germs everywhere around the house. Then suddenly, a glowing, eerie object appeared right before his eyes. It was Fiji Bounce? I don't even know what that is. Oh, it's the emote. It's the emote. Oh, whatever. Colin. This one's from Colin. One time I had an abnormal reaction to my antidepressants in the wood where I couldn't walk and everything was spinning and I was tweaking, man. Like gee willikers, I was freaked out. The stars were pretty though. Okay, this one's by FN_B4. One day, a streamer named Jawsh started streaming like usual. He decided to do Reddit content for a bit. He clicked on Reddit search bar, the forbidden words, live stream, fail. The fool scrolled and talked about posts while streaming it to his Twitch chat, and then decided he didn't care anymore. He hated every post there, and he did something awful. He looked at a streamer who lost their mom in Reddit and said, I didn't care. I didn't read it. That's why I said I don't care. I didn't read it. It was just a tweet, and whatever. That's not even a horror story. That's just real. That happened. So this one's by Waylon. It starts with this. AITA. I, 37 male, am the owner of a semi-popular pizza chain restaurant, not unlike Chuck E. Cheese. I am the engineer behind the robot mascots, and my late daughter, we'll call her Elizabeth. It's Five Nights at Freddy's. It's Five Nights at Freddy's. It's Five Nights at Freddy's. You get the gist. It's Five Nights at Freddy's. Okay, here goes. This is a classic. Everyone knows this one. This one's a classic. Man and girl go to drive under moonlight. They stop at side of road. He turns to girl and says, "Baby, I love you very much." "What is it, honey?" "Our car is broken down. I think the engine is broken. I'll walk to get some more fuel." "Okay, I'll stay here and look after our stereo. There have been news reports of stereos being stolen." "Good idea. Keep the doors locked no matter what. I love you, sweaty." So the guy left to get full for the car. After 2 hours, the girls say, "Where is my baby? He was supposed to be back by now." Then the girl hear a scratching and a voice say, "Let me in." The girl doesn't do it. And then after a while, she goes to sleep. The next morning, she wakes up and finds her boyfriend still not there. She gets out to check, and man, door, hand, hook, car, door. Oh, that's got me messed up. That is a scare. That scared me, dude. Wouldn't want to be that guy. Uncle Big Slim. Okay, this is a long one. Twitch chat looked at the towering blade in her hand and felt scared. She walked over to the window and reflected on her damp surroundings. She had always hated deserted Disney World with its poised, pickled park. It was a place that encouraged her tendency to feel scared. Then she saw something in the distance, or rather someone. It was the figure of Jawsh. Jawsh was a curmudgeon brute with hairy hands and slimy hands. Is this AI? Is this AI dungeon? Twitch gulped. You could have written it yourself. Twitch gulped her hands at her own reflection. She was a rude, scared blood drinker and was scared, with scared hands and giant hands. Her friends saw her as a massive, magnificent monster. Once she had rescued a warm, bloody Mario from burning building, but not even a rude person who had once rescued a warm, bloody Mario from a burning building was prepared for what Jawsh had in store today. The rain hammered like running crows, making Twitch angry. As Twitch stepped outside, Jawsh came closer. She could see the slow glint in her eye. Jawsh glared with all the wrath of 463 paranoid, repulsive ravens. She said in a hushed tone, "I hate you, and I want to kill him." Twitch looked back, even more angry and still fingering the tower blade. "Jawsh, get away from me," she replied. They looked at each other with horrified feelings. The two tied, tasty toads bleeding at a very traumatized funeral, which had death metal music playing in the background and two mean uncles screaming to the beat. Suddenly, Josh lunged forward and tried to punch Twitch in the face. Quickly, Twitch grabbed the towering blade and brought it down on Josh's skull. Josh's hairy hands trembled as her slimy hands wobbled. She looked despondent, her emotions raw like a pickled plastic pistol. Then she let out an agonizing groan and collapsed on the ground. Moments later, Josh was dead. Twitch chat went back inside and made herself a nice drink of blood. The end. How's this a scary story? Dude, tell me you're not scared right now. Alright, this is a long one. It starts off really well. Okay, this is by Vicky. I hate corporate America, said Mark Fishbach as he drove to work. A new restaurant called Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. As Mark pulled into his job and walked towards the front door, he mumbled about how a society would benefit from train infrastructure than our highway-based infrastructure. The sun was setting as Mark walked into the empty pizzeria. The smell of doo-doo fart and pizza flooded his nose. The 5'3" man walked into the office at the end of two long hallways and sat down. Large doors on both sides of him. 12 a.m. Mark leaned back on his creaky office chair and took out his phone, pulling up Twitter and scrolled through. His eyes widened in horror as he saw his favorite Minecraft YouTuber, Dream, be at the center of trending hashtag. Marky Moo saw red as he saw the tags he's ugly and hashtag put the mask back on. He foamed at the mouth like a rabid dog and began doxing people on Twitter at rapid speed for an hour. 1 a.m. As Mark continued to scroll on his phone, now on Reddit, he had become accustomed to the usual noise at night, creaking floorboards, clanging in the kitchen, and so on. But he heard something that he never heard before. A chuckle unlike any he had heard before, a giddy and high-pitched chuckle that sent shivers down his spine. Mark closed the doors, going back to Reddit to soothe his anxieties. 2 a.m. Mark was busy chuckling as he watched Wilbur Soot stream on his phone, and it was almost too late to notice someone singing a song. Peeking his head out, I just read the next line. Peeking his head out, a now open door, he heard a faint bird, bird, bird. Bird is the word. Mark closed the door once more, asking out loud, what the freak is going on? 3 a.m. Mark's anxiety was slowly rising as time passed. He didn't see Bonnie, Chica, Foxy, or even Freddy. Only ever a faint chuckle to a song he heard being sung quietly down the hall. Mark noticed his power was going down quickly and reluctantly opened the door to his left. So far, so good. 4 a.m. Mark felt comfortable enough and went on to Discord on his iPhone 4, frantically texting his e-kitten. Marky Pooh Bear. Kitten? Are you there? Oh, good lord. Josh Pog Ooh Woo. Marky Moo, is everything okay? Crying emoji. No, kitten. I think there's something wrong at work. Capital D colon. Oh noes! What do you mean? I keep hearing a weird chuckling and song in the hallway. It's something about a bird. Just then, Mark's phone began to vibrate. Looking down, he saw his kitten was trying to call him. Quickly, he accepted and put the phone on speaker. Hi, kitten, he said quietly, but only heard heavy breathing on the other line. 4 a.m. It's still 4 a.m. I don't know why you put 4 a.m. again. Still, only heavy breathing on the other line, but Marky Num-Nums was desperate for any company. He picked up a faint noise in the left hallway, and out of anxiety went to press the button to close the door. He was interrupted as a "Don't" was yelled from his phone. It didn't sound like his kitten, though. Kitten, are you okay? His kitten cleared their throat and giggled cutely. Yes, Pookie. Oh, also, I heard a new song today. Do you want to hear it? Mark smiled and sighed in relief. Of course, my little Joshy Poo. And then the person on the other line began to sing. But after the first word, Mark's heart dropped. Bird, bird, bird. Bird is the word. Kitten, is that you? Mark began to panic. He set his phone down and he could still hear the song loud and clear. Not only was it coming from his phone, but it was also to his left. Wait, Mark stuttered, getting up from his chair and slowly backed away from the dark abyss that was the left hallway. A brown shoe stepped into the light, then revealed green pants, white button down, and No, it can't be you, Mark whispered. You can't be alive. I killed you, Mark screamed. Bird is the word. Faintly outside the restaurant, a girlish scream could be heard, the sun rising in the background. It took a while for people to find Mark, as he didn't live with anyone. I guess you could say he wasn't a family guy. Dude, on the spooky scale, in terms of stories tonight, that might be the spookiest. All right, a new story. Come on. 601. Let's do the last story and the whole stupid thing. Let's do that one. This is the maximum super ultimate scary story. It's so scary that all the little diaper goo goo gaga babies in chat should put their fingers in the ears, because if they don't, they will be too scared to ever tune into another awesome Jawsh trademark stream again. Once upon a time, on Halloween, the scariest time of the year, there was a grumpy little streamer man named Jawsh. Every time, everyone called him Grumpy Little Man because he would not stop complaining about things that were actually epic. He was also very lazy and could not look up basic things, and instead relied on chat to feed him information like a baby bird. Anyway, Jawsh had a very important stream that night, and he was going to steal content from his fans by reading scary stories, but he had to make a quick stop on the way home to a gas station so he could fill up his completely respectable, well-functioning automobile that everyone loved. There, he performed his ritual of drinking 50 gallons of gasoline directly from the pump, as per usual. But this wasn't any ordinary gasoline. It was spooky, scary, evil gasoline. Jawsh began to feel a little woozy as he drove home. But as God's drunkest driver, he was more capable of avoiding death. He walked into his house and sat on the floor because he didn't have furniture, and he felt a scary change wash over him. The evil gasoline changed him into a spooky evil person. He became, gasp, evil Jawsh. Scary! Ah! Evil Jawsh was so evil that he was the exact opposite of Jawsh and embodied everything that Jawsh viewed as evil. The first devilish thing Jawsh did was smile. Because the real Jawsh would never do that. Evil Jawsh struck a grin as he turned on the stream, ready to make the scariest stream ever. Hello, my wonderful viewers, he said. I know I was supposed to milk you guys for content on this spooky night, but instead I will play Mario Kart and have fun. Evil Jawsh cackled. Evil Jawsh played Mario Kart for 4 hours straight because he loved it so much. He won so many times that night, and every time he lost, he blamed himself and didn't call the game bad because Jawsh would always blame the game. Even scarier, he had a wonderful time with chat. He had so much fun talking to chat and laughed with the joke when they would lie to him. Jawsh would never. And then the stream came to an end after Evil Jawsh made bajillion dollars in donations. After the stream, as Evil Jawsh was about to do more devilish acts, he suddenly got a call from his mom. So Evil Jawsh picked up the phone, saved as Mommy, and answered it evilly. Jawsh's mom was worried because her son acted so differently on stream tonight. Instead of saying mean and hurtful things to his mother, as Jawsh usually does, Evil Jawsh instead told her how much he loves and appreciates her. She was very happy and hung up the phone. It was then that the evil gasoline suddenly became not evil anymore. And Josh went back to his grumpy little self. The end. Okay. Bye. I think that might have been the scariest story of the night. And with that, thank you guys for coming out. I hope you guys can sleep tonight. I know I'm not going to be sleeping, dude. I'm going to go and I'm going to hide under my covers and probably pee myself.